Good morning, students. Welcome to class 12 biology. Today we are going to start unit 3rd, biology and human welfare. Chapter 9, studies for enhancement in food productions. Food is the basic and first requirement of all living beings as well as human beings. Today, increased populations has created food problem in whole world. Human beings utilize plants, animals, and its products as food. To fulfill the requirement of food for increasing population, scientists have made effort to increase food production with the help of scientific method. In 1960, Government of India has started Green Revolution program to increase food productions. It resulted in the increase from 54.9 to 150.47 million ton in 85-86. This increase in food productions become possible due to increased agricultural area, where lands have been made suitable for agriculture. Food productions can be increased by increased agricultural area, where lands have been converted into agricultural lands by proper management of agriculture. Proper management of agriculture, such as use of fertilizers, use of means of irrigations, plant protections, and by the use of improved varieties of crop plants. Now, what is the agriculture? Growing up useful plant species under human management is called agriculture or cropping. Agriculture is not a recent practice, but it is a traditional practice from ancient times. Early human beings, Homo sapiens, were not civilized. They did not reside in a specific or fixed area. They used to move to go in search of food. Crops, fruits, roots, and tubers were used as food by them. Gradually, man learned to cook food. It became possible after the invention of fire. They began to remain in groups in settled area, especially near the bank of rivers. It is assumed that about 7,000 to 13,000 years ago, man started cultivation of crop plants. Early crop were wild varieties of certain plants, seeds, and fruits of which were edible. Present day cereals like wheat, barley, maize, jowar, bajra, etc. develop gradually through selection process in every generation. Primary agriculture development of agriculture in early period classified into 3 phases. First is hunting stage. In this period, man did not know how to cultivate plants and crops. They were dependent only on hunting of animals for their food. Second phase is pastoral stage. Rearing of pet animals like cows, buffalo, goats, sheep was started in this period. These were used for milk, meat, and also for transportation. Third phase, primary crop cultivation. In this phase, rapid increase in population took place. Many food yielding plants and plants of other economic value were started to be cultivated in this period. Modern agricultural development. At present time, the agricultural development is at its top position. Many new varieties of different crops have been released and still are releasing. Agronomical techniques and technology are being improved. Improved varieties of cows and other pets have also been developed. Productivity of wheat from 6.645 kg per hectare and rice from 800 kg per hectare in 1952 increased to 1500 kg and 1900 kg per hectare in 2009. This became possible due to green revolution in our country. Food production. Well-being of mankind is dependent on the plants and plant products. The land and water of the earth sustain a vast assemblage of plants upon which all other living forms are directly or indirectly dependent, because they are the sole source of food. Unique source of energy in this wide universe is the sun. Green plants have ability to convert solar radiant energy into biological energy or chemical potential energy. Therefore, all other living beings are dependent on plants. All the food required by human beings come from plants. Thus, plants fulfill the first basic need of life. Some important food plants are cereal producing plants, for example wheat, rice, maize, jowar, bajra, barley, etc. Pulse producing plants, pigeon pea, black gram, green gram, lentil, fat and oil. Fat and oil producing plants, for example mustard, groundnut, sunflower, soya bean, etc. Vegetable producing plants, pea, cauliflower, cabbage, brinjal, tomato, potato, gourds, lady fingers and other vegetables. Fruit yielding plants, orange, sweet orange, mango, apple, pomegranate, walnut, watermelon, grapes, banana, spices and condiments. मसाले और सुगंधित पदार्थ देने वाले, cinnamon, cardamom, clove, fennel, coriander, black pepper, red pepper, saffron, onion, garlic, etc. Sugar and beverage, sugarcane, beet, tea, coffee, cocoa, etc. General methods of fruit production and cropping. For cropping, first of all, it becomes necessary to grow crop plants. Crop plants are generally grown by many methods like the seed sowing, artificial vegetative propagation. Artificial vegetative propagation, scaling, plant breeding and tissue culture. Tissue culture is the modern technique of plant cultivation. First is seed sowing. It is the most important and natural method of crop production. In this method, healthy seeds are collected and variously treated before sowing and finally sown in well-plowed crop field with the help of common harrow or tractors. Before sowing, it should be observed that soil is properly moistened. After sowing seeds, seeds absorb moisture from the soil and start to germinate. Artificial vegetative propagation. It is a method of plant cultivation and development from vegetative part of the plant body by artificial method such as cutting, budding, grafting. Its detail is given in chapter 1st, reproduction in organisms. Scaling. It is a method of vegetative propagation which is applicable for growing plants having bulb, for example onion, garlic. In this method, all the scales of bulb are separated and planted in the field, having all the necessary conditions for their growth. Here, a scale developed to produce small bulblets, about 3 to 5 bulblets developing from one scale. This method is applicable for the plants belonging to the family Liliaceae, garlic, onion, lilium, etc. Plant breeding. It is the art of improving economically important plants on a scientific basis. History of plant breeding is as old as the history of civilization. Early man was known and dependent for his food in the forest products. As civilization progressed, he learned to cultivate the more useful plants and selected the seed for healthier plants for sowing the next year. Thus, selection is the earlier method of plant breeding, or selection is the first method of plant breeding and is practiced on a large scale even today. Lithographic inscriptions indicate that even in 700 BC, Babylonians and Assyrians carried out artificial pollination in date palm and khajur के पेड़. The practice of plant breeding received an impetus after the discovery of fertilization in plants by Camarius in 1964. The first successful plant hybrid was artificially made by Thomas Fairchild in 1717 by crossing together seed psyllium and carnation. But systematic studies in plant hybridization were not started until Joseph Carnater made many crosses in tobacco in 1760s in the Germany. The credit for first practical plant improvement by hybridization goes to English horticulturist Thomas Andrew, 1759 to 1835, who produced many new kinds of garden and food crops by controlled hybridizations. A noteworthy development resulted from the studies of G.S. Sull and inbreeding in maize, G-maize. He found that inbreeding produced considerable loss of vigor, but when some of the weak inbred line were crossed, the resulting hybrid were more vigorous than the original variety. These observations led to the production of hybrid varieties of maize, jowar, bajra, cotton, rice, and several other crops. Aims of plant breeding. The main aim of plant breeding is to evolve improved varieties of plants so that they become more desirable agronomically and economically. Some of the main objectives of plant breedings are development of improved and new varieties of plants. Improved variety produce good yield of acceptable quality. Most of breeding program aim at high yield of crop plants. For example, hybrid varieties of maize, sorghum, bajra, development of disease and insect resistance varieties, modification of agronomic features such as plant height, branching, tailoring, etc. Change in maturity duration of crop plants to remove toxic substance found in crops or plants, to develop moisture and salt tolerance in crops, to develop plant species that have a capacity of flowering in other seasons. Activities of plant improvement and plant breeding. Main aim of plant breeding is to improve the existing crop varieties. Desired characters may be introduced in crop through plant breeding. Following methods are applied for this purpose. First is creation of variation. Activities of plant breeding. Creation of variation. Plant selection. Evolution. Multiplication and distribution. Creation of variation. For improvement of any features, there would be a need of variability in characters. Presence of variable form of any feature in plant is called variation. Creation of variability is the main object of plant breeding. Without it, we are unable to improve any species. Many methods are used to create variability in the plants, like the domestications, wild varieties are domesticated. Germplasm collection, plant introduction, hybridization, mutation breeding, and polyploid breeding. Domestication, bringing of any wild species under human management, is called domestication. All crops of modern era are obtained by the domestication of wild plant species by prehistoric man. After domestication, all of the commercially important plant species are growing under human management. Then germplasm collection. All genetic material found in any species is called its germplasm. All the present species of crop plants are developed from their wild species, due to which wild species of these plants are desi varieties are in a position of extinctions. Cross-pollinated crops are replaced by hybrid and mixed species. The natural habitat of these plants are also destroyed due to overgrazing and agricultural practices. Therefore, it becomes very necessary to preserve these natural and wild varieties of crop plants. Germplasm storage is the only means by which these species of plants can be preserved. In germplasm storage, all the genotype of plants are stored and preserved. There are some important centers for the preservation of germplasm are for sugarcane, Canal Point, Florida, USA, Sugarcane Breeding Institute, Coimbatore, India. Here 2,800 genotypes of sugarcane are stored. For groundnut, Mumbai, India and Senegal, West Africa. For potato, Cambridge, United Kingdom. For rice, International Rice Research Institute, Philippines. Here more than 32,000 entries of rice are preserved. Third step is plant introduction. Growing a variety or a new genotype of a plant species in a new locality is known as introduction. In other words, plant introduction consists of taking a genotype or a group of genotype of plants into new environment where they were not grown earlier. It may involve new varieties of a crop already grown in the era, a wild relative of a crop species, or a totally new crop species for the area. Every crop in the world has originated in a specific place. For example, wheat originated in Middle East, rice and mango in India, lychee in China and tomato in South America. They were later on introduced all over the world by different natural and man-made agencies. Introduction may be done by many methods like primary introduction, when the introduced variety is well suited to the new environment, it is released for commercial cultivation without any alteration in the original genotype. It is called primary introduction. For example, introduction of Lerma Rojo and Sonora 64 varieties of wheat and IR8, IR28 and IR36 varieties of rice in India. Secondary introduction. In this type of introduction, the introduced varieties may be subjected to selection. Besides this, it may also be hybridized with another local variety so that the new variety may be acclimatized in the new environment. For example, Sonalika and Kalyan Sona varieties of wheat in India were developed by crossing Mexican variety of wheat with a local variety. Some examples of introduction in India are the grape were introduced in India by Muslim in 1300 AD. Portuguese introduced maize, groundnut, chili, potato, sweet potato etc. in India in 17th century. Tea was introduced in India by East India Company. Mahogany, a timber, was introduced from West Indies. Procedure of plant introduction. Procedure of plant introductions. It involves many steps for successful introduction of a plant. First step is procurement. To obtain the germ plasma of variety through purchase, donation, gift, and other means. Quarantine test. A plant propagules cannot be introduced from one country to other and even from one state to other. It is first tested for the presence of pathogens associated with them. Next step is cataloging. If the introduced variety is found suitable for cultivation, it is documented for following features like the name of variety, name of species, origin place, adaptation and characteristics. There are many agencies for plant introduction in India. There are various government and non-government agencies in India which are working in the field of plant introduction. Some of them are Indian Agriculture Research Institute. It was established with its headquarters in Bihar, which was later on transferred to New Delhi after the severe earthquake in Bihar. A division of plant introduction was started in IARI in 1946. Later on it was converted into National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. It is actively engaged in the field of plant introductions. Other agencies are Forest Research Institute, Dehradun, Central Potato Research Institute, Shimla, Central Rice Research Institute, Cuttack, Central Fodder Plant Research Institute, Jhansi, etc. Next step of plant breeding is hybridization. And improvement of plant species. When man started selecting superior plant for his use, plant breeding came into existence. Thus, one can say that plant breeding originated with human civilizations. Nowadays, plant breeding has been described as a technology of developing superior crop plant for various purposes. The process mainly involved in the production of economically superior varieties are introduction, selection, hybridization and mutation breeding, in which hybridization is the most important way of plant improvement. So the crossing or mating of two genetically dissimilar individuals or lines is known as hybridization. The resulting seed is called as hybrid seed or F1 seed, and the plant coming out is a hybrid plant. Thomas Fairchild developed first interspecific hybrid between Sweet William and carination species are Dianthus barbatus and Dianthus caryophyllus. Knight 1800 firstly used artificial hybridization in fruit crops. Objective of the hybridization: the transfer of one or more character into a single variety from another variety or other varieties to create genetic variations, to effect further selection, to exploit heterosis of hybrid varieties of a crop to enhance their productivity. Procedure and technique of hybridization. Process of hybridization itself seems very simple and easy, but the difficulty is using hybridizations in crop improvement line in the handling of the segregating generations obtained from the process. Hybridization involves many steps to complete. First is choice of parent. Choice of parent plant. For the choice of parents, increased yield are always an objective of the breeder. Besides this, it is essential that all the characters should be improved in one or other parents. However, at least one of the parents involved in a cross should be a well acclimatized and proven variety in the area for which the new variety is being developed. Culture or evolution of parents. Occurrence of parent in pure form, that is homozygosity, is extremely necessary because heterozygous plants and their hybrids are lost due to segregation. In self-pollinated crops, selfing is not necessary, but in cross-pollinated crops, selfing is practiced artificially so that an appropriate amount of parent plants could be raised. Third step is emasculation, means removing of anther before maturation. Removal of anther or pollen before their detachment is referred to as emasculation, carried out by many steps और many methods. by the सीजर्स, कैंची की मदद से एंथर को काट के हटा दिया जाए, और फॉर्सिप्स और that is by the hands. Hot water 45 degree to 53 degree centigrade treatment to the butt or the use of alcohol or FW 450, ethyl, NLA, naphthalene, acetic acid spray induce male sterility in the crops. That is the chemical treatment or chemical emasculation. In some autogamous plants, barley, bajra, onion, wheat, rice, emasculation may be done by the use of male sterile lines. Male sterility once introduced eliminate the emasculation process. Then bagging just after emasculation of the flower, inflorescence are enclosed in suitable bag of appropriate size to prevent random cross pollinations. Bag may be made up of paper, butter paper, fine cloth, plastics, parchment, cellophane or glassine, etc. Female plants as well as male plants are banned. Last step is crossing or pollination. Crossing involves the collection of pollen grain in pure form. The freshly detached anther of desired male parent and their application on the stigma of emasculated flower of or female flower. After emasculation, there is labeling and tagging. The female parent is bagged as mentioned above and labeled properly with following informations: source, variety, characteristics like parameter of parent, nature and date of emasculation, date of artificial crossing performed, reference number in the field notebook. Then harvesting. On maturity seeds which develop after crossing, that is the F1 seed, is harvested, dried and stored. Proper precautionary measures are taken to avoid contamination of the hybrid seeds with other seeds. Generally, the seeds from each cross should be kept separately along with their original tags. Merits of hybridizations. Hybrid varieties have higher yield potentials than varieties developed by other means. Hybrid varieties are more uniform and attractive. Hybrid varieties can be easily developed in both self and cross-pollinated species. It is possible to reconstitute the hybrid with similar genetic makeup, which is generally impossible in case of composite varieties and open pollinated varieties. There are also some demerits of hybridizations. The seeds produced after hybridizations are costlier than synthetics, composites and open pollinated varieties.